Hello, what's up again, YouTube world? It's your girl here, Dana Monet, here again to recap season 11 of This Is the Voice live playoffs. So I just want to say briefly, because I don't want to be talking all political on my voice recaps, thank goodness this election is over. I didn't get the outcome that I wanted. I'm one of those people who actually voted green. I voted for Jill Stein. So whether Hillary won or Trump won, it wouldn't have been the best thing for me. Although I knew that Jill Stein wasn't going to win, but I'm a progressive and I'm really, completely against this whole two-party system of elitists. It's just really annoying me. But I do have to say, I really did actually think that Hillary was going to win, but I knew it was going to be close. And when I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and they were saying that Trump won, I was like, oh, okay. Because even though I didn't want Hillary to win or Trump, I felt like I was expecting Hillary to win. But there's my little 2 cents. But I'm just glad this whole election is over. This whole campaign, this whole year has just been a hot mess. Just happy it's over. And look on the bright side. Obama is still our president until January 21st. So there's that. Okay. So, and on a lighter note, I just want to say that I have streamed like crazy Alicia Keys' new album Here, and her concert that she did in New York, Alicia is Here, that they aired on BET, was da bomb. I absolutely loved it. She's doing it with this album. I have all of Alicia Keys' albums, and this is definitely by far my favorite Alicia album. We got way too much in common. Hey. If I'm being honest, just so y'all know, that song is not actually on the album, but the album is still hot. She's sing rapping on the album. She giving it to us lyrically, subject matter wise, vocally, she's just going for it. She don't care if shit don't sound right or completely. I love the album. So get Here, stream Here, whatever. I streamed it on Tidal. It is what it is. So, moving right along to the topic at hand, the live playoffs. Now, we all know that this was like Speedy Gonzalez live playoffs because of election night. They decided to do everything on Monday instead of either skipping this week entirely. That was the first choice. B, cutting out those clip shows, or C, just airing the show on Monday and then showing the other two teams Wednesday, and then on Thursday maybe have a little quick half an hour results show real quick. Or you could have showed the performances on Monday, all 20 of them, and show the results on Wednesday, at least giving us, a day or so to, be able to vote, and instead of that real-time voting and everything like that, and the opportunity for iTunes downloads and for them to count towards the votes. And to not shut out the West Coast also. So, with all of that said, I think a lot of people struggled. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be as far as pace-wise. I think that the contestants had a decent amount of time to sing. Basically kind of similar to what's been happening in the knockouts and in the blinds and whatnot. But I just hope that they never do a live playoffs like this again. It was just too much. I had to watch it live because I had to be there to live vote. I usually, I still DVR'd it, but I lag time. It starts at 8. I might not watch it until 9 or something like that. I had to watch it I was in there because I wanted to vote and everything like that. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to go by teams. I didn't really thoroughly, dissect each performance because that's 20 performances. I'll be here all day. So I'm kind of just going to talk about the teams and who made it on the teams and briefly discuss some performances that I like. So I'm going to try to keep this moving. I know I get to rambling, but we'll see how this goes. So, Team Alicia, So the people that moved forward were Christian Cuevas, who was actually saved by the public vote, which actually surprised me. I'm surprised that he got the votes. Way McDonald, of course, saved by the public vote. And Soraya, which was Alicia's save. And Kylie Rothfield and Josh Halverson were eliminated. Now, I did just want to say, Way sang Home, which is a song that I sang, Home from the Wiz, Diana Ross, Stephanie Mills sang it, that I sang a whole bunch of times at school talent shows. And, you know, I thought that that was actually a great song choice for her. She just didn't have enough time to finesse it, and she was extremely nervous. But I actually feel like, and she hit a couple of bum notes, but I feel like even with that small time frame, if she would have taken her time, it could have really been a moment. Like, when I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. So I think that she could have made it work for her, but I think that she was just thinking of time, got to get through this, got to get to the big notes. And she's not usually like that. She usually finesses the song. And like I said before, they usually have this amount of time, but every time the playoffs come around, you know, people get a little extra nervous. It's live, you know, so I understand, but I'm happy that she got voted through. And I was going to kick Alicia and not listen to her album no more if she didn't save Soraya. No, I still would have listened to her album. But I think that she definitely sees something special in Soraya like I do. I mean, Soraya's performance of I'd Rather Go Blind was definitely one of my favorite performances of the night, if not my favorite. I mean, she just tore that song up, and she was snatched for the gods in her dress, and I'm still feeling the big red Shaka hair. Like, I just loved it. I was throwing shoes. I was hype as hell. She took me there. I don't really know if America is really going to take to her, but we'll see. But I'm definitely happy that Soraya made it through. Okay, so moving on. Just so you know, last week's episode of my recap, I made predictions, and I was 100% correct on Alicia's team. And I just want to say that Alicia's team is the only team that maintained all flavor, you know, including Christian Cuevas, but, you know, because he's Latina. I will say that his performance was kind of boring to me, so I will say that. Hopefully they can get him out of this, like, balladeer thing and, you know, do something funky or something. All right, moving on to Team Blake. So, remember last week how I said Team Blake had the strongest team, and I still... I kind of think that that's still true. So, Austin Alsop was saved by the public, as was Sundance Head, saved by the public. No surprise there. 2 white guys with guitars. I mean, on Team Blake. What else do you expect? Everybody else on the team was black. And Courtney Harrell was Blake's save. So Dana Harper and Jason Warrior were sent home. And this was kind of bittersweet to me. I actually predicted this 100% as well, although Dana was one of my favorite contestants. I'm mad that she never sang Anita Baker, Phyllis Hyman, or Toni Braxton. Like, I just don't feel like we got to see the full potential of her voice, and I feel like that song choice was weird, as was Courtney's song choice. Like, she has such a big, powerful voice and can convey emotion, and she has great dynamics and soft spots, but that just wasn't the song. Like, who was picking these songs? Was Blake actually picking these songs, or did the contestants pick the songs? Because I know sometimes the contestants actually do choose the songs on The Voice. The coach does not hold all the power with that, so that's questionable. With Jason, I think he gave it all he had. I think he may have done a little bit too much, getting on the floor or whatever, but I'm not mad at it. He threw it out all on the table, and, you know, he did what he needed to do. I will say this. I'm not completely mad about Austin and Sundance being, you know, saved by the public, because I think that they both had solid performances, especially Austin. And they both have good voices. They're both like seasoned pros or whatever. So I definitely think that Blake has a potential winner and or finale contender in those two. So I will say that. And I knew that Courtney was going to be the one that he was going to save. I knew it. I was like, okay, all these black people aren't going to make it through, but I think that Courtney will be the save. It's only, he had 3 black people, so 1 black person had to be there. So, you know, I'm happy she's there. Hopefully she'll pick better songs going forward. So Team Miley. All right, this is the first one that I kind of got a little wrong. So Allie Caldwell was saved by the public. but of course, no other choice. Aaron Gibson was also saved by the public, and Darby Walker was Miley's save. Belle Jewel and unfortunately Sofia Yorista were eliminated. All right, so first off, Allie, another one of my favorite performances, slayed to the gods, perfection. Like, her voice is just amazing. I don't even remember the song that she sang, but it was great. Her voice, like, she just never misses a note. It's just ridiculous. So Aaron, okay, he can get saved, I guess. I really don't remember the performance. I actually didn't rewatch these performances on YouTube, so a lot of this stuff is kind of like from memory because I didn't want to have an elongated recap. But my main issue is with Miley's save, and I even said this last week. I knew she was going to do it and save Darby because I had Sophia rounding out that third spot. And Sophia, actually, it was like kind of an honorable mention favorite performance of mine, although the song was kind of disco cheesy. But I think that she was doing her damn thing. And I just felt like she also had so much potential, like, for great, non-boring performances because she's a performer, she's an entertainer. I'm like, ugh, what could have been? And I was completely in love with that green cat suit she had on with the cleavage. It just was fire. Loved it. Loved her look. I was really starting to get on Sophia's bandwagon, and then, she got eliminated. So, I mean, I knew that Miley was going to save Darby because that's her, like, special pet. Like, I just don't think fans... I don't think that people are on Darby's bandwagon like Miley is. So I definitely think that Darby could be an early ouster. So I think that she should have picked Sophia, but whatever, in my show. So I actually got 2 out of 3 right for that one. Okay, so Team Adam. Also, I got this kind of wrong as well. So Billy Gilman was saved by the public vote. Josh Gallagher saved by the public vote. Kind of surprised about that. And Brendan Fletcher was Adam's save. And unfortunately, Simone Gundy was eliminated, as well as Riley Elmore. And I have to say that Simone also had one of my favorite performances of the night. And, she didn't even make the top 12. She sang Diamonds. And I actually think that she did an amazing job singing it. She didn't have, like, a whole lot of time. Wasn't quite LaPortia Renee from American Idol. But Simone did her damn thing with Diamonds. She finessed the song. It was actually her best performance since she's been on the show. So that's another reason why it's unfortunate that she's eliminated. And her white jumpsuit with the belt at the waist, yes, ma'am, she better get it. I hope that she was the one that picked out that white jumpsuit because I was like, I need that white jumpsuit in my life immediately. So fashion was on fleek for some of these people. I felt I really thought that she should have made it. I knew she wasn't going to get the votes. And I low-key didn't really think that Adam was going to save her because he had, like, all his white boys. Like, she's up against all these white boys. Although I do think that possibly if Brendan was saved by the public vote and Billy was saved by the public vote, I low-key think he might have picked Simone. But he keeps on talking about how he wants to take a country artist and win, and finally have a country artist win instead of, Blake having the country artist. So maybe he would have picked Josh. I don't know. But I think he kind of had a soft spot for Simone. I don't know. But I really actually enjoy Brendan's voice a lot. I think he kind of needs to come out of his shell a little bit, but his voice and his tone is actually really, really pleasing to the ear. And I knew Billy was going to get the public vote, and I actually think he did really good. He has great moments, and he has he knows how to hit the notes, and he's on key all the time, and he has a nice tone, and he has a nice voice. I don't know what it is about Billy that I'm not connecting with, but I know that he's one of the chosen ones and everything like that, but I'm just, like, not connecting with him. So that's that. I mean, I know that they were trying to shove, like, Jordan Smith down our throat 2 seasons ago, but I actually enjoyed Jordan's interpretation of songs more than Billy. I think that Jordan actually has a better voice, and he did some kind of interesting, funky things that came out of nowhere. Even though he didn't always hit me here, Jordan did hit me here sometimes, so I will say that. But there you have it. There's your top 12. And I ranked the teams the strongest to the weakest team. And I picked Team Blake as the strongest. You know, they have Austin, Sundance, and Courtney. He has two people that can make the finals or win. I think that Team Alicia is the second strongest. I mean, of course, she has Way. And I feel like Soraya is a dark horse. I feel like she can kind of win people over. I feel like Christian was going to kind of fade into the background. Then I would say Team Adam because, you know, he has another country contestant. He has Billy Gilman, of course. And Brendan, I think that Brendan is going to emerge as kind of a dark horse. And I actually have Team Miley as the weakest team, although she has one of my favorite singers on there, Allie. I just don't think that collectively with Darby and Aaron that it's really that strong of a team. I definitely think that Allie is going to be the last one standing. And speaking of Allie, she's one of my three faves, Allie, Soraya, and Way. That's no surprise. So I still kind of think that it's anybody's game. You know, I think that Way has been incredibly strong up into the playoffs. So she's definitely like not a lock. I think Billy gained more momentum after his playoff performance. Someone commented this season on one of the blogs that it's a battle of the divas and the good old boys. And I 100% agree. It definitely is. I mean, you have Way, you have Courtney, you have Soraya, you have Allie, you know what I'm saying? And then you have like all of these white guys, you know what I mean? You know, so let's see if the divas can come out on top. You know, Allie, like I said earlier, hasn't missed a note the entire season, and Soraya is complete fire to me. She can do no wrong. So I think that's definitely going to give Way a run for her money for sure. But I'm not leaving Courtney out. I feel like she could be a dark horse if she gets the right songs. She could really win some people over. But I'm not worried about Way that much. She was nervous. It was the first live show. That beautiful tone will be back in amazing, beautiful effect next week with no nerves. She's going to be on it. She's going to be like woosah and she's going to get it. The country boys, Sundance and Austin, will last longer than Adam's country boy, Josh Gallagher. This is my prediction. I feel Brendan is a bit of a dark horse as well, as I mentioned earlier. Sadly, I feel like Christian may be one of the first eliminated. I don't know how they're doing the eliminations this season. They might be doing 1, 2, 3 until they get to 9 or 8 and then the big chop or whatever. Although he did actually get the public vote in the playoffs. So who knows? We never know. Brendan and Aaron, to me, are kind of direct competition. They'll cancel each other out at some point on the show. But Brendan's tone, as I stated earlier, is much more, I just really enjoy that husky, raspy. And they both kind of have a husky, raspy tone, but Brendan's is like more warm and Aaron's is more like gruff, but not like in a way that I enjoy. So that's just my personal preference. Darby, like I said earlier, I don't really think that people like her as much as Miley does. And I also think that she could be one of the first people to go. I really think that she's going to be singing for the Twitter save. Like, I mean, people like that affected, like extra affected voice that she has. People don't like that shit. So I don't see her lasting that long. Miley's only hope of winning is Allie, in my opinion. Alicia has Way and Soraya, and I think Soraya can make it far. People just don't seem to like these voices on the show or winning this show. So I hope that she can win people over by being subtle. Next week, it's only 12 people, so they'll have more time. So she has time to finesse a song and, you know, get people kind of in there. You know, I think Sundance and Austin have a good chance of making the finals, but they also may cancel each other out. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they were both in the finals, to be truthfully honest. I think that Billy is definitely going to be in the finals. The powers that be won't have it any other way. But Billy can sing. I mean, I say a lot of stuff about Billy. It's just that I just don't connect with him. But it's not that he's not talented and that he cannot sing. He has a beautiful voice. So I will say that. I think ultimately the final four will be 3 men and a woman. I hope that that's not the case, but this show and the way people vote on this show, the demographic that votes, is very predictable. I'd actually like to see someone win this show that's extremely talented, but not your like normal voice winner or voice voting demo winner. So that's what I'm thinking. I do just want to point this out. This isn't a prediction. This is, and if I ruled the world, this is how my top 12 would go. I would have Allie winning. I would have Way coming second, Soraya third, Sundance fourth, Austin fifth. I mean, they can kind of interchange. Billy sixth, Brendan seventh, Courtney eighth, Christian nine, and that 4 to 8 is kind of interchangeable too, and that could probably change. So 8 was Courtney, 9 was Christian, 10 was Aaron, 11 was Josh, and 12 is Darby. This is not going to happen this way. They are not going to have 3 black women in the final 4. I know this. There are 4 black women on the show. Okay, we are not, I need at least 2 of them in the finals. I need at least 2 of them. So if I had to pick 2, I would pick Allie and Way. I need to have at least 2. Y'all can't do this to me. Y'all probably gonna have 2 white guys with guitar. I need 2. And don't get it twisted. It's not just because they're black. It's because they're amazingly talented as well and can sing their faces off. So let's get that straight. I say this all the time, but I feel like I contradict myself. But I'm not trying to play the race card. I'm just being real. These girls are amazingly, amazingly talented. And if they perform up here and the guys are performing down here, then I'm going to be really disappointed in that outcome. So, you know, it's only 5 girls in the top 12 altogether if you include Darby. So the girls are kind of at a disadvantage, which we always are. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, we can kind of get through there. I'm hoping that none of my sisters are the first ones to go, because that would just be messed up and prove further how voting in this country, period, is a little jacked up. Let me not go back to the election. But great. I've been talking to you guys for almost 22 minutes. So I've covered everything I needed to cover. So I will see you next week. Bye.